How are you, my dear nursing colleagues? This is just an update about the criminal record check. I have received some emails and questions that about the process of doing this criminal record check. If you look at the website, the application portal, it says that we must submit an original Canadian record check if we are seeking conditional registration and conditional category of license. And it says further, if you have worked as a nurse outside of Canada in the last 2 years, you must submit an international criminal record check. That is, if you are outside Nigeria or your home country for 2 years, you must do your CRC in that country you are currently living. But if you're outside Nigeria or your home country for like 1 year, so that means you have to do 2 background. 1 in the country where you are currently staying and 1 in your home country. So now, if we read this statement very well, it is asking us to do international criminal record check. So let's go to the website of NSCN to see what type of CRC is needed. So if you check the website, it says under item 4, submit an original copy of the required CRC. For more information about this requirement, please visit here. So let me click on this. Sorry. So let me click on this first. So now, a criminal record check is required as part of the NSCN registration process. The CRC informs our assessment to determine if applicants possess the necessary character to practice safely and ethically in Nova Scotia. But this is very confusing because here it says nurses already licensed NSCN does not require local police information to be part of the CRC. NSCN does not require local police information to be part of the CRC. I don't understand what that means, to be sincere. And here, but this is more explanatory. Applicants and registrants reactivating their license after a 2-year lapse, you can read it, must submit a recent CRC for the current province, state, or country where they are living. So this means that this CRC is valid for 6 months. After 6 months, you can renew it. Applicants who have not lived in their current province, state, or country for the last 2 years must submit a CRC from the last province, state, or country where they resided. I think I've explained that. But for people who are living in the United States who wish to go to Canada, or people who live in India, the nursing practice is regulated by each state. So that means you have to do your CRC in that state. But in a country like Nigeria and Philippines, where the nursing practice is regulated by the federal government, so that means you have to go to police station to have your local police department to have this done, because our police department is controlled by the federal government. So let's look at the other questions and answer, other fact checks. How do I obtain and submit a Canadian and or international CRC? Please obtain a Canadian if you stay in Canada, and international CRC if you stay outside Canada, through one of our approved online companies, CSI or My Back Check. You can use either, but CSI is more of of international, while my back check is more Canadian based. And they can provide your results directly to us electronically. You may also obtain the CRC through local police or RCMP. That means you can obtain this CRC from your local police department in Nigeria. If you're in India, if you're in Philippines, in the Philippines. So you don't have to use CSI. You will not have to use my back check. But you'll be required to submit the original hard copy of the CRC to the NSCN via mail or drop off. You will be required to submit the original hard copy of the CRC to the NSCN via mail or drop. That is, after the local police department is done filling the CRC hard copy, they will send it directly, not you. They will send directly to NSCN. So this means that we have two or three options here. You can use CSI, you can use my back check if you stay in Canada, or you can use our local police department CRC. What I see here is that CSI is somewhat expensive, like $268. And if you convert that to Naira, that is, let me see. If you convert that to Naira, that's about 268 times, is it 268 or 208? 268 times 733, 196,000. Let's say 200,000 Naira. So you may spend up to 200,000 Naira if you are using CSI. But if you go to Alagbon police station, and request for this hard copy, do your record check with them, so you will not spend up to 10,000 Naira. You will not spend up to, let's say, 50,000 Naira. So yeah, so it is more affordable to do local one than CSI. But if the NSCN wants you, after you submit the local one, still wants you to do CSI, that means you have to do it. But according to this, to the information here, you can do your CRC through local police or RCMP. What does RCMP mean? Let's check. So RCMP meaning Royal Canadian Mounted Police. If you are in Canada, that means you go to Royal Canadian Mounted Police Department to do your CRC. If you are in Nigeria, go to our own police department and do it. If you are in Philippines, you are in India, go to your local police department and do it. So we've know what RCMP means. So you may also obtain the CRC through local police or RCMP. However, you may be required to submit the original hard copy of the CRC to the NSCN via mail or drop off. I think this is saying that after you are done with your CRC with your local police, you can send this yourself to NSCN via mail or drop off. It doesn't have to be sent by the police department. You can, after you are done with the CRC with the, let's say, Alagbon police station, take the hard copy and mail it to NSCN by yourself, because there's something here to say that you have to, the police department has to mail it themselves directly. But if you are using CSI or my back check, they can provide your results directly to us electronically. But if you are using local police department, or if you are in Canada, you will use RCMP. So that means you have to retrieve the hard copy and courier it to the NSCN office. And if you check here, This CRC expires 6 months from the date it is issued. So that's about CRC. Now, let's assume that you want to use CSI. Okay, you want to use CSI. How does it look like? I won't go to my back check because that is more people in Canada, if I'm right. But CSI is more of is for both Canadian or people who live in Canada and people who are living outside Canada. So let me choose CSI. We are now, so we are now we are now on the website, CSI background screening. So I will click on English, then I will click on personal because the form didn't say we have to do fingerprinting. There's no clear instruction by NSCN that we have to do fingerprinting. So I will not click on fingerprinting, I will click on personal. So now, because if we check the instruction, on the application portal, it says that if you have worked as a nurse outside of Canada in the last 2 years, you must submit an international criminal record. So in that case, I will click on USA and or international criminal checks. I will click on order now. So you can see, then I will click on I understand. This is for people living in the US. This is for people outside US. So I will click on international criminal check. Then I will click on my country, Nigeria. If you're in the Philippines, click on Philippines. If you're in India, click on India. So I will click on Nigeria. So I will click on Nigeria 1. So the fees is about $208. So $208. So the total fee is $208. So now $208 times 7, this is 733. That is 152,000 naira. So you are paying 152,000 naira for this check if you are using CSI. But if you are using local police department in your country, you may not spend up to that. In my country, in Nigeria, maybe from 10,000 naira, maybe to 50,000 naira. And depending on the, I don't know the price now, but you can't spend up to 50,000 naira if you are using a Aladmo. I know you cannot spend up to even 20,000 naira. But if you are using CSI, you want to make it, you want to prove that yes, this is international. Then you use CSI and pay 152,000 naira for it. So write your full name here. Full name, let's say my full name is Davant. My last name is International. The company name requested for the CRC, Nova Scotia College of Nursing. So my address, just say 1 Hamadia Crescent, city, Lagos. Let me just say Ijaye, Lagos. Country, Nigeria. Postal code 1000303. I'm not sure about the postal code. You can just Google it. And then Canadian province or country. So if you're in Canada, you can choose any of the province where you stay. But if you are outside Canada, just click on international. So then my phone number, since I'm in Nigeria, I don't have, so I will exclude my I will exclude my country code because it cannot contain H here. So I will just say here 0808064824073. So, and then I will now come here and say, where is it? Oh, I don't know what to do here. So okay, so if they can't reach you by phone number, they will reach you by email, so don't worry about it. But when you are putting in your number, just put in, because I don't know if it's let me see, plus, it will even go 234, so it will even go. So just exclude a 0 that precedes the number or your country code. So if they can't reach you by phone number, they will reach you by email. So Ibrahim, let me just say travelnurse@gmail.com. So then click on next. So other notes, you may leave this option, you may leave this unfilled. So complaint region department doing check for. So the complaint region department doing check for licensure or registration, employer's email. In this place, I will not put my employer email, I will put the email of Nova Scotia here. So because Nova Scotia is the one requesting for this check, so I will look for employer email. So it's either I use registration@nscn.ca, or I will just come here and then copy this. But because we are doing this for licensure registration, I will just say registration at nscn.ca, contact number. So the contact number is here. Sorry, their contact number. So the contact number is here, 9020 copy. You can use any of the numbers. So come here, then paste. So how did you hear about us? Referral by NSCN. Location or position if you are in Nova Scotia. You don't have to fill that. So then the next thing is to pay for the service. So you put in your first name, your last name, you put in your card information, then your place order. So after placing order, then the CSI, which the company that is doing your background check, may send a form for you to fill. So you have to be looking for your emails or call from this company for further instruction. So I hope this really helps you about how to go about criminal record check. So the other thing to clarify is the verification of license, that after paying, we can see how to download this form. So log into your application portal, go to documents, or download or go to documents, or go to download registration. So if you can't find anything there, then you have to wait for NSCN instruction. Maybe after processing your fee, after they process your fee, they may likely send you email to and give you link where you can upload this VOL. Because I was trying to do it, let me see, I was trying to do it here. You can see, to request for VOR and licensure, access the portal here, which I did. So that means you have to go to your portal, to your application portal. And then after you log in, go to the documents or download registration. So if you don't find anything there, that means you have to wait for NSAN for further instruction. So maybe after processing your fee and you log in again, and you may likely see it there. So you have to regularly check your application portal for any information, for messages, and also be constant checking your email for any update. Okay, so don't be concerned, don't worry about the registration, the verification of license form and other things. Just wait for the NSAN to contact you or to update your application portal for the download of the verification of registration or license. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you next time.